drawing human figure, this is a way of measuring the right proportions of a human body. Would you still use those type of methods, or do you have your own method?
No, I go by what I see really.
Okay.
I mean, in fact, I do a bit of teaching also.
Right.
And then we will teach them, okay, look at the one-third, dimensions of the face and those kind of things. But that would be a measure which you shouldn't rely on it too much. I mean, you have it at the back of your mind, say, okay, this is the norm, but everybody's face varies from the norm.
Right.
So that's just what you use as a sort of measuring tool. See how does this person's face or this person's figure vary from what you expect in the dimensions. But generally, I just go by what I see. And if you feel something wrong, then you will revert back, okay, what's gone wrong here, you know. But it's always a case of measuring where is the hand, where is the leg, where is the hand, you know, fit in, that kind of thing.
There's an interesting use of colors in this picture. What really inspires you
so
to use
basically
colors?
it's just 3 tones. It's on a wood surface basically, and I've let the wood come through.
Right.
And it's charcoal with an acrylic tone to bring it out.
Okay.
So it's really more a charcoal drawing which I have painted up around.
Simply amazing.
And the wood is coming through, giving it the tone, the flesh tones.
That's amazing. Wow. Is that is a woman, right?
It's actually a man.
A man. I'm sorry, I'm curious.
Well, it's one of 3 actually, which I did of a seated person, sort of, you know, thinking.
Yeah.
The earlier 2 were female form.
Right. Yeah, it's just the hair, you know. It just back then, I'm guessing they all had like long hair. All right, so Amresh, I can see that they're sitting and like eagerly listening to everyone else. All right, so Amresh, this is your painting.
Yes.
And now this is something that just stood out for me. It tells a lot. You don't know what to think. I honestly was lost, but I saw a cobra, and I saw a man. So I saw it kind of a man transforming into a cobra, or something along those lines.
Yeah. That is actually how you can put it is it has a Freudian overtone. This is a village level opera that I have redrawn. It's called the Nagaraksha Kolama, that is done in the low country dance system. And you know, it's but I have a Freudian overtone. Freud always interprets the cobra as a phallic symbol, right? And he also doesn't just stop there. He says that it is the basic potency of the human being that he can do something with himself or destroy himself with.
Okay.
Right? So what here it is depicted like in the village level opera, in the Nagaraksha Kolama, when this person is romancing in the sun. The Cobra King is romancing in the sun. The Nagaraksha, I don't know whether that's the right word, but is romancing. An eagle comes and has him. The Gurula comes and eats him for dinner. So here also you can see this painting is called The Eye of the Predator. And the eagle is actually very faint.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is actually the painting is about that eagle.
If you really stare, like okay, that makes sense.
Right. So anyway, it's like it is also like one thing is like our expansion of our human soul. You know, we want to find things, and we are just probably going about finding the wrong things instead of investing in the real values and the real core values of being really humans.
Yeah.
You know.
Now this is a canvas.
Yes.
You obviously painted the
it's oil paint. Right. Yes, I do my mock-ups and stuff with watercolors and other things. But watercolors itself is another technique you have to kind of very sequentially learn. And Mr. Royden Gibbs here always tells, look, something. So when I show him, I'm very scared to show him my watercolor painting. He said, okay, these things and these things are, you have to get them right. And he's a very good critic. All of them, they're all my friends. All of us are friends. And it's just that the basic shadow of my life just falls on the canvas, and I can express it through the oil paint. The oil paint, one thing, is a little more durable, and it is more flexible even than acrylic, I find. So it's that's how I get down to doing a painting.
So is everything like is most of your work done on canvas?
Yes, it is on canvas, because like you can pack it a lot. You can like the thing is, like, my teacher is Professor Ashley Halpe, who is actually a professor of literature. So because of that, I go through each painting like a book is written. That's a gift he has given me, how to perceive things. So each painting, you know, takes a lot of time, and to get that amount of detail and that amount of ethos, you need to do it in oil paints. That is my interpretation. I mean, that's what I personally feel.
Right.
You know, other artists obviously can do things to the kind of medium they are satisfied with. Like they say in Japan, the sword will come to you to the right person. The samurai sword usually comes to the person who discerns it. The right sword will come looking for him. He doesn't have to go and make a sword exactly to himself.
True.
Something like that.
True that. Wow, that's so interesting. You put a lot of thought into what you do. That makes so much sense.
A lot of thought has gone into it.
Yeah, because usually, like for us, like the people who don't really know much about art, we just draw randomly, and it just turns out like, what is this? What are you trying to say? But obviously, it makes sense to put a lot of thought into what sort of art you do make. All right, so Dinusha, you've been sitting there all quiet, swinging in his own little chair there. All right, so Dinusha, tell me about your type of art. I understand this one over here is yours.
Yes. When I first started from the figure painting, my love for figure painting goes to my life. To my childhood, I remember I keep my grandma in front of me all the time, and sketch her legs and her skin. She's waiting for a long time, and sometimes she's
she's not moving.
No, she's moving. She's moving, but I'm carrying her to the room and keep her on some chair. And I tell him, once I remember, I told him to wait. I give him a newspaper or something, and she's reading that, and I'm sketching that. Because I studied figure painting almost nearly 9 years. Because for my love is figure painting is very much. Earlier, for my childhood, I hope to be a portrait artist. But when I'm growing, I feel to create another things like anti-dogmatic concepts and anti-religious something.
So that's kind of translated through your art. Now this is obviously I would say abstract.
Yes, that's the abstract one. But that is my I did this for the CILO in Sri Lanka. For my time. This is an experiment like.
What did it say? It tells a huge story.
That's a huge story, because there are some kinds of people who are in pain when at the time the civil war, and but I feel the king is the major. He act a major part in like for that. He lives freely, other than the other people. But when the other people be in pain, but the king is not.
He's not affected by it. And that's, that's very interesting. And I can see the crown, so that obviously means that is the king there. I see. Wow, this is a lot to think about. When
then you can see some discussions about it.
That is simply amazing. Wow, this is, to be honest, is like amazing stories behind each and every painting that you have. And I understand one of your artists couldn't be here, who is Sampath.
Yes.
I'm correct. And the painting over there is Sampath.
That's Sampath. And he's also the art master at St. Thomas's College. And he's been working with, oils and very abstract stuff. You see? So it's a pity that we missed him, no? Because he had come over in the, But
Sampath
Abunukama, that's right.
Yes, I do know his name. Wink. But all right, now this event is happening today at 6:30.
That's right.
At the Villa 82. Why did you choose this? Why, as artists, did you feel maybe our exhibition would be here?
No, it was like a little story. Actually, we all wanted to have it at a particular place called the J.D. Pereira Gallery. And we got in touch. I just suggested these names, and we were really going to have it in March, on the 28th of March, somewhere that side, because we had a lot of planning and plotting to do. So we came to the point where we discussed. We had a preliminary discussion, and we said, okay, these are the things we're going to do. These are a number of paintings we would be having, and we had to look out for somebody to sponsor us. So each of us took us our turns in, grabbing somebody to help us out. And then, obviously, Dan is a very dear friend of mine. He's my neighbor and a childhood friend. And so I approached him And then I just butted in and said, look, can you sponsor us? And he said, no, Lynn, I have a gallery now of my own. And, you know, but let's see. And then at the same time, he told me about this house, number 82 Stratford Avenue, because I was down Stratford Avenue, and he was my neighbor, and he told me about this house. And he told me to go and have a look at it. And when I saw it, I was amazed. I was just blown off. And I thought, wow, this is a super place to have an exhibition. Because it's not a gallery, it is a villa. It's an old Dutch house. And he has renovated it and reconstructed it. It's beautiful. So when he gave me the green light, he said, I'll consider. But he said it might be before February. Anyway, we had met up and we had planned.
So you were prepared already?
We were prepared to have our exhibition on at another venue and at another time. So we were pretty much aware of what we wanted to do. But it's just that we were running after somebody to help us out. And that's how it came about. So when he saw this house, I just said, and it's superb. And then he said, after about a week or two, he said, give me time to think about it. And then he gave us the deadline, and I just said, can we have it about the 21st? So that's how it all started off.
So I understand the 21st will be the opening day, and from the 22nd to the 25th will be open to the public as well. And it's from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. So I would like to thank you, all of you, for coming onto the show. It's been so amazing to kind of learn stories through these paintings, and it's so much of thought that you've put into it. This is an exhibition that we here at MTV do recommend. So do stick around. Thank you again for being on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for being here and keeping me company during the morning. All right, so we'll go into a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with more Good Morning Sri Lanka. Up next, Dilani, the organizer for this event.